What's good, everybody? I'm back again with another prison story. Man, I remember sitting in the county jail waiting to go to prison. And, they usually come, Montgomery County, they'll come around 4 in the morning and tell you, man, hand you that trash bag, pack it up. That morning they came in that pod, man, they passed out about 5, trash bags. I remember getting mine. It was, it was my first rodeo, Matter of fact, it was my second time going to prison. And I remember everybody else, it was their first time. And there was a guy in there named, white guy in there, we called him Butterbean. Butterbean was a cool dude, We hung together in there and, where we kicked it, play cards together, everything you could do in jail, Butterbean was that guy, he was always around the black people. He always hung around a number of black guys. So when we get on the van, I remember, man, I had never seen nothing like this. This is when you know somebody's really scared. Butterbean kept telling me, man, I'm nervous, I ain't never been to prison. And this is on the way when they shotgunning us down and stuff. And I'm telling Butterbean, man, everything gonna be alright. Prison ain't like what you heard, all that BS ain't going on. You gonna be good, you know what I'm saying? So Butterbean literally threw up, before we even got to prison. This man threw up. I'm talking about threw up everywhere. I was like, wow, he really is nervous. So, on the way there on that van ride, going to Nashville to MTRC at the time, what it was called. I'm talking to Butterbean, I'm telling everybody, people ask me questions. I'm the veteran on the bus, so I'm giving the do's and don'ts, telling people what you can do, what you can't do, and man, that's when you know that when you start telling people what you can and can't do in prison, you really picked the wrong line of, or the wrong profession. That was the wrong line of work because I was a veteran on the bus. So I'm telling everybody what you can and can't do, how to conduct yourself, Anytime you speaking with a man and they're always looking him in the eyes, don't never walk with your head down, look up, let people know that you ain't afraid that you a man. Just simple things like that to get you by. So I'm telling you this. Don't go in that bar and stuff with people that you can't pay back. Getting them all the things you need to know, watch out for this, watch out for that, don't, people are gonna try you sometimes, stay in your ground. Don't let no man call you no B, just certain things that you can't allow in prison. Simple things, and like people say words won't hurt you in there. I mean, I heard people say words can't hurt you, but in there being called a B, man, you know, it's one of the worst forms of disrespect that you can get. If a man calls you a B, in there, it's automatic fighting words. There ain't no if and buts about it. If you let this slide, then the next person gonna try you. The next person gonna try you. So when we get to prison, they do what they usually do, take everybody, strip search you, get your clothes or whatever and all that, We all go to transit because before you go to your pod, they take you to a transit area. So they took us to transit, we're all in transit together, immediately, I'm GD at the time, so, and this guy that was still in prison from the time I left the first time, and then plenty of people know me, so people get to see me calling out my name, you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy when you can go to prison and feel like you're right back at home. And that's at the time I felt like I didn't even realize how ignorant I was being. How, I was able to go in there and adapt like that. And prison was just another form of living for me. So, we're all in there and I'm talking to Butterbean. And, he comes out there with us, And he's chilling and Butterbean doing what he used to do. He's hanging around the blacks. But as we move, Butterbean, when they put everybody in their pods, I stayed on the bottom of the hill. Butterbean went to the top, So now I'm not seeing Butterbean as much, but I'm passing him, we passing. Sometimes I see him a child, we're speaking, you know what I'm saying? But I started to notice a change in Butterbean. And then I started to notice the people he was hanging around. And I already knew who these guys was. These guys were the Aryan Nation. I knew a few of them, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, wow, Butterbean hanging around them. And the next thing I know, Butterbean had long hair. Next thing I know, he cuts his hair off. Now he has that short, almost skinhead look. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So I'm like, wow. Then Butterbean seen me, man. I can remember this. He passed me by. He was with two other white guys. He didn't even speak to me. I'm like, wow. Because I ain't said, what up, Butterbean? He ain't speak. Act like he ain't know me. So now I'm like, oh, this man. So he changing up like that. Then, someone came and told me, well, he's a Aryan Nation now. So I'm like, damn, that's what's up. And, I had to, people not want to look at it like this, but I had to respect that. Because I know a lot of times when going to prison, man, everybody can't survive on their own. You know what I'm saying? And what's one thing about prison, man? There are people in gangs, and I hear those comments with people. Oh, if you're in a gang, you're weak. I'm gonna tell you this right here, so you never fall for that dummy move, just in case you go in there. There are guys in gangs that don't have to be in gangs that can stand on their own, and they will. You know what I'm saying? Beat the hair off your head if you get out of line on their own. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of guys like that. But Butterbean, I knew, what I'm saying, for him throwing up before we got to prison, I already knew that he was, what I'm saying, I ain't gonna say a weak individual, but I knew that he wasn't gonna be one of those people gonna be able to survive on his own. But in my mind, I would have I had his back, you know what I'm saying? I was gonna look after him. But, he decided that that's what he wanted to do. I respected it. And later on down the line, when we got out, you know what I'm saying? It was maybe like 2 or 3 years after we got out. I ran into Butterbean in Walmart, and we stopped and we had a long conversation. And he told me, man, something like, Carlos, I only did join that, you know what I'm saying, because I had to. I needed protection. When I got on top of the hill, you know what I'm saying, some guys were already coming at me. Some black guys were trying to get at me, and I didn't fit in. So I had to do the next thing, you know what I'm saying. I had to find somebody. You wasn't up there. I had to find somebody that was going to look after me. So I understood that. So, that's how the prison will separate you. I hope everybody enjoyed this story. Everybody have a blessed day, man. Thank you.